Welcome to the series of videos I like to call Why Do I Like This or That Ship in World of Warships. Well, in this case, why do I like Japanese class 2 cruiser Chikuma? Here you go, we can look at it right here. As you can see, in its pretty much a final form, like as we're gonna say, it got 8 guns on it. Overall, it's pretty low in terms of ability, so it's much more difficult to hit that way. But let's look at its modules specifically, determine all its characteristics. It's got 152mm cannons on it, the guns. The reload time is not great, but the fact that this thing does a lot of damage, what compensates for it. Also, the shells don't scatter as much, and so it's possible to land multiple hits with one volley pretty easily. In terms of body, well, it got 18,700 hit points. It got some armor, but if you look at the armor, it's mostly the conning tower that's got the armor. Then there's this section full, whatever reason, has armor on it. Everything else pretty much got nothing. But then nobody else in this class actually has any real armor, so why be concerned about that as much? The firing range is 10.3 kilometers, that's what you get at the max, and the propulsion speed is 26 knots. So pretty good in terms of that. This has a bit of a slightly dated look, but it's not that really dated, it's pretty good overall. And, well, the only issue that I have with the guns is the fact that the replacement makes it very difficult to shoot volley of 3 when you're going straight back or straight forward. You always might end up with just firing one shot or maybe two. You'll have to angle yourself more to be able to outshoot them. However, what I did find was was nicely surprised by the fact that these secondary guns actually do fire. Maybe on the other ships they do fire, but I never had the chance to test them out. I did run into a few matches where the enemy was close enough that these guns were firing at them. Alright, well, let's see it in battle. Hopefully we're gonna get in the match soon. The actual historical Chikuma, which was built in 1911, was a ship that the Japanese decided to build in terms of that they could have a very fast vessel that they could use against the Russians at the time, because Russia was the opponent that they actually foresee to be fighting in the future. And due to their alliance with England, with Great Britain, basically, they were able to have access to a certain amount of naval technology from Great Britain, and so they used that to inspire them to build the ship, and eventually they ended up pretty much copying the Town class of British cruisers, light cruisers, all the way. Their guns, even on the ship, were pretty much the Japanese copies of the British guns. The engines were a licensed version of the British engines, so all that was put on it, and it was pretty good. Like if you remember, Weymouth is also in kind of a progression of a class of ships after the Towns class. It was Weymouth was pretty much an improvement on the Towns. So, but in Weymouth case in here. In the World of Warship, as I mentioned, that video has certain problems with the fact that it doesn't have HE shells. This thing does, and it has 8 guns, so you get 5 gun broadsides, HE shells. So, the real Chikuma was built, and it participated as mostly as patrol vessel. During World War II, it went to Indian Ocean, tried to chase down the Germans. It chased the Admiral Spree's squadron out of Pacific. It didn't really engage that much in sort of actual military type of action, but it did a certain amount because the British were so focused on Europe that they did not have enough ships to patrol the Pacific or the Indian Ocean, so they were relying on the Japanese ships to do that. Chikuma was patrolling actually Australian shores, it was patrolling New Zealand, to help against German raiders. Alright, here we are. Alright, so what we got? We got 2 battleships, so we'll go to 1/2. We'll hold the battleships. Very interesting. Oop, 1/2. I know, let it go faster. Weather's clearing up, that usually does. We'll go for B, most likely.
All forces, capture that area.
Want to go capture C,
All
well,
forces, capture that area.
capture B, that's more likely, yeah. Capture C is, well, some destroyer might be able. And now let's look at this thing.
Get back!
We can see here pretty much, you know, the ship has a pretty much okay rotation. It's not great, but it's okay. You're still gonna catch some torpedoes with this thing. But it's okay. Speed-wise, it's also pretty good. Alright, so Bellefonte is heading there. South Carolina is heading here. Should we follow the battleships? Might want to follow the battleships. Alright, Caledon is also turning, gonna turn. Alright, let's agree that destroyer with our shells. Still going at half speed, but is speeding up, so this. Hopefully that lands. Oh, okay, at least something landed. Ooh, okay. Let's go to 1/4. And I see, let's deal with Dresden. Hopefully we do. Ah, we missed. 1/2. Oh, Dresden decided that he's also wants to deal with me. And that's not good. Alright, there you see we're only able to fire some guns that are going forward. Not so good. Two guns, but again we're going forward. President much closer now, so let's. And somebody got Dresden. He just did minor damage. But, like I said, when I output my whole... See, that's pretty much advantageous, the fact that I can do this. The only problem is that if I miss, it takes me forever to reload. The battleship is not going at a fast speed. Nobody set it on fire, it's put itself out. Good, now we're doing some damage. Alright, I'm gonna go 3-4, so I'm gonna draw in. Ooh, heavy damage. Many people are shooting at me. Turn. And get out of range. Come on, guns.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Alright, we managed to hit destroyer. Hopefully that lands on the ship. What's the enemy? Okay, somebody else got the enemy. Well, drop it to 1/2. Ooh, we're gonna miss. Alright, we're gonna turn. Everybody wants to shoot at me. What did I do? Alright, let's go full speed. We're gonna turn around. Go support our guys. Sadly, I'm not exactly demonstrating the best of the ship in this match, but I actually went against a few other cruisers one-on-one and was able to do a lot of damage thanks to the fact that I have HE shells, and I remember I went against Weymouth and managed to sink that thing by setting it on fire repeatedly. Alright. Growing up with our battleships. Hopefully we'll be able to do some damage. I don't have the range of the battleship, sadly. Come on! They are going at top speed. Sadly, it might not be enough. Everybody else might finish off. Yep, another cruiser goes down. The enemies. Now there's only 2 enemy destroyers left. that sails over. Somebody's else is gonna finish him off, damn it. Only one destroyer's enemy destroyer left. Alright, come on, come on. Where is it? Hopefully, come on. Hopefully we can do some damage to that destroyer. It's on the other end. The island, come on. Ooh, that destroyed us. Destroyed the cruiser. Going to worse. There, at least we did something.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Yes, it is. But like I said, you see, when you have a lot of guns, you can do a lot of damage. You can also do that kind of damage. Ability to just kind of spray forward. That's what actually I like about the ship. It's, yeah, the reload time is not great. The turning is like pretty much, well, like all the other ships. It's not moving. It doesn't turn as well. Speed is good. Range is okay. The ability to output a lot of damage is what really makes the difference. So that's the reason I like the Japanese class 2 cruiser Chikuma. Alright, thank you for watching.